There was once an old farmer who lived in a poor village. He was wretchedly poor, but even kings were jealous of him because he owned a magnificent white horse. Kings offered fabulous prices for the horse, but the old man would always say, "This horse is not just a horse to me, he is a person. Would you sell a person? He is a friend, not a possession." One morning he discovered that the horse was not in the stable. The whole village gathered and said, "You foolish old man, we knew that someday the horse would be stolen. You should have sold it. What a misfortune." The old farmer replied, "Don't speak too soon. Say only that the horse is not in the stable. That is the fact. Everything else is a judgment. Whether it is a misfortune or a blessing I do not know, because this is just a fragment. Who knows what is to follow?" People laughed at him. They thought he was crazy, but after 15 days the horse returned. He had not been stolen. He had escaped into the wild. And not only did he return, but he brought a dozen wild horses back with him. Again the people gathered and said, "Old man, you were right. This was not a misfortune. It has indeed proved to be a blessing." The farmer said, "Again you go too far. Say only that the horse is back. Who knows whether it is a blessing or not? You read only one word of a sentence. How can you judge the whole book?" The farmer had a young son who began to train the wild horses. Just a week later, he fell from a horse and broke both his legs. The villagers gathered again and judged. "What a calamity," they cried. "Your only son has lost the use of his legs, and in your old age, he was your only support. Now you are poorer than ever." The old man said, "You are obsessed with judgment. Don't say this is a calamity. Say only that my son has broken his legs. Life comes in fragments, and more is not given to you." A few weeks later, the country went to war with a neighboring kingdom. All the young men of the village were forcibly taken for the military. Only the old man's son was left behind because he was crippled. The whole town was crying and weeping because it was a losing fight, and they knew most of the young men would never return. They came to the old man and said, "You were right, old man. Your son's accident was a blessing. His legs are broken, but at least he is still with you. Our sons are gone forever." The old man spoke once more. "You continue to judge. Nobody knows. Say only that your sons have been forced to enter the army, and my son has not. Only God knows whether it is a blessing or a misfortune." Moral of the story: do not judge the events of your life too quickly. What looks like a disaster today may be the seed of your greatest victory tomorrow. Trust the process.